Hi, have you ever had one of those days where nothing's going right and you don't know how you're going to make it through and you just want to throw up your hands? You just can't take it anymore? I've had one of those days recently, and I'd like to share with you the messages that I've received that I needed to snap out of it. So welcome. My name is Lori, and thank you for stopping by. You didn't randomly stop on this video. It was meant for you. And hopefully you don't hear that, but it just decided to start raining. So I'm going to do this in the rain. So it was last week, and it started at 4:30 in the morning. And it doesn't necessarily matter what the circumstances were around my situation, but it wasn't good. And from the moment I woke up, it just one thing after the other kept going wrong, and I just kept feeling this downward spiral. And so around 8:30 in the morning, my daughter actually had given me a call, which she often does as she's walking to class. And so I was sharing with her, ranting a little bit, which in some weird way I think made her feel good, because I typically don't rant to my children too much. And I think she liked the idea that she was able to help me. So anyways, I was able to talk through some of it. And did I feel slightly better? Yes, maybe. But then as soon as I got off the phone, something else happened. And literally as soon as it happened, I sent her a message and just saying, I can't take this anymore. And at the same time she received my message, she got a message in her TikTok feed. And I'm going to put it up. I'm going to put the text message up here so you can read the whole text message and then see the TikTok message that she received, that she said, Mom, this was meant for you. And she sent it to me. And in the moment, I couldn't appreciate it because I was just falling fast and to the point of tears. Anyways, as the morning ticks on and I was out and about and I was actually driving home, I stopped at the gas station I always stop at. And for whatever reason, it was quite busy that day. There was lines of cars. So once I got up to the pump, I guess because all the people were there, it was pumping very, very slow. So as I normally do when I'm at some place, whether it's a red light or just out walking, and I'm having a bad day, I decided to talk to God. And as I was carrying on, my woe is me rant, I happened to look above the pump. And at the top of the pump, actually, hold on, I think I have them. At the top of the pump was this little guy. Can you see him? It's a little Jesus dude. And it says, Jesus loves you. And I have to say, I didn't break out into a laugh, but I definitely started smirking. And I said, okay, God, I got it. I hear you loud and clear. You've got this. I know you've got this. And from that point on, for the balance of the day, my burden seemed to have been lifted. And so I ask you, has anybody had a Jesus moment? Where you feel like you just can't take it anymore and you don't know how you're going to get through, and where there's signs around you that were trying to pull you out of that funk. So the first sign was my daughter calling. That should have done it, but it didn't. And then after that, she sent me that TikTok message. That should have done it, but it didn't. So lastly, I'm not sure he could have been any more blunt than putting this little Jesus dude in front of me. And so I got that message loud and clear. And I loved the message so much that I wanted to take a picture of it. But my phone was inside the car. And at this point, there was already 2 cars piling up behind me. So the last thing I wanted to do is reach through the car and have these people behind me getting really annoyed. So I ended up taking them. Which I felt bad about. But what I did when I got home is I actually ordered a bunch of them. And so now I find myself leaving them at different places. I've left them at gas stations, I've left them at a Dunkin' Donuts, and I've actually handed one out to a friend of mine. So, I don't know. Maybe you'll find one of these Jesus dudes one day as you need it the most. But I'm curious, write in the comments below if you've ever had a Jesus moment, and what have you done to get out of the funk you were in. And a couple things that I do want to just share. If you don't get a Jesus dude placed in front of you, some things that you can do to change your energy and to get out of a funk. And the very first thing I always do, and I probably would have done it that day if it wasn't pouring out, is to go outside. There's something about being outside, which is where I am right now, and literally touching the ground. If you can go barefoot, even better. There's something about grounding yourself like that, literally touching something in nature. It absorbs all that negative energy out of you. And it I wish I could explain scientifically what it does, but it works. So anybody who knows me knows that I've always shared that with them. So try it. Try it next time you're having a bad day. The other thing that I do often is I will turn on some music, and let me think, it's either 432, 528, or 963 megahertz. I'm pretty sure those are correct. And they all, again, change your frequency, your vibration, so that you're vibrating at a higher level. And vibrating at a higher level also changes your mood. So those are just a couple things that could help you next time you find yourself having a bad day. That's it. I just wanted to take a minute, stop along my walk here, and share with you my story. And hopefully it resonates with you. Hopefully everybody can relate that you've had everybody's had those days, right? So let me know again. Put in the comments, please. Share a time that you had to get pulled out of your funk and what worked for you. Was it somebody else? Was it a message from above? Was it just getting outside, going for a run? I'm curious. Let me know. And if you can think of anybody that needs to hear this message today, please share it. Thank you, guys. And as I like to say often, you are enough just the way you are. There's nothing you need to do to change. I love you guys. And remember, you're the hero of your own story. Take care.